Domingo Germán was pitching for the Yankees, and he was perfect through 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down. This breakdown is brought to you by DraftKings. Everything he was throwing was pretty nice. It was in the zone, and then he got his hands checked after the 3rd inning, and the umpire felt the glove. He liked what he was feeling. Then he said, "Let me get them hands, please." And he said, "Okay." And that's cute and looks romantic. He feels the left hand first. Nothing feels the right hand and kind of gets inquisitive. He's like, what is that? He goes, "Using rosin?" And he's confused that he's feeling rosin on his hand because they got to be on the lookout for this stuff now, but he hasn't seen him go to the rosin bag on the mound that much.
He doesn't go to the rosin a lot on the mound,
right,
which was something that got their attention.
So I went and looked, and this is the 1st inning. And look, the rosin bag just doesn't move at all. The 2nd inning doesn't really move at all. And the 3rd inning, it moves 1 time right there. And that's the only time he used the rosin bag on the mound in the first 3 innings. So the umpire's noticing that and feeling his hand and saying, "Well, you got a lot of rosin on your hand. Where'd that come from?" And he says, "You got to wipe that hand now. Let's start fresh." Now, rosin is completely legal. He goes and tells Booney, "Hey, I felt some rosin. I told him to wipe it off." And Boone's like, "All right." Rosin's completely legal, but there can become a point where the umpire says, "That's too much. Let's start over." I guess we all just kind of learned this, and that's what happened here. Now, when Domingo tries to take the field for the next inning, the umpire stopped him, did a check on his hands, and was like, "What the hell? There's still some sticky stuff on here. What are you doing?" And Boone has to explain to him, yeah, he's got rosin on his hand. He uses rosin.
He doesn't hit the rosin out there, but he hits the rosin before he comes out. So he washes his hands off, but before he goes out, he hits the rosin.
You can see how that's confusing, right, Boone? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. He uses the rosin in the dugout, not the rosin on the mound. That's what I've been trying to say. Glaber's like, "This is interesting. What's going on?" This ump goes, "Tap, tap, tap. Was it you?" And Glaber's like, "Ew, dude, please, no, leave me alone. I'm just trying to listen in here." Domingo's, "Feel my hands. Anyone, touch him." Boone's like, "All right, let me touch him." "Okay, cool." Rizzo's like, okay, I'll just leave now. I don't want to touch your hands." The umpires get together to take in the new information that he uses rosin in the dugout, not on the mound. And Hoy said there was still some tack on Germán's right pinky. So the part that was really tacky that he told him to wash off, Germán did a bad job washing his hand. He consulted second base umpire DJ Rayburn, and the two determined, because it was not a foreign substance and because they did not think it was having a material impact on Germán's pitches, that this did not rise to an ejectable offense. So they didn't eject him. They just remind him, like a kindergartner, like, "Hey, man, listen up. When I tell you to wipe off your hands, you wipe them off really good, all right? We can't let you come back out and have anything on your hand, all right? Now, if you use the rosin out there, we're okay with that. But if I tell you to go wash your hands, you got to come back out with clean hands. You have to wash your hands. I can't have you come out here with something on. You hear me?" It's okay. And he tells the interpreter, like, "You make sure you heard it. Pitching coach, you got it? Okay, good. Use the rosin out there. Wash your hands in there. Here's your glove. Let's go play some baseball." All good. But it's not all good because the opposing manager, Rocco Baldelli, he's pretty pissed. I'm going to let him tell you his side of the story.
Their pitcher was warned or asked to clean his hand off of the rosin that was on his hand, because sometimes if you do use rosin, it will get especially tacky. He didn't fully comply, I would say, with the warning from what I was told, and was still allowed to keep pitching. So that's it. I just don't agree with that in principle. I was upset at it, and that's it.
How surprised were you that you were asked to leave the game and not him?
I wasn't going to go out on the field and return to the dugout.
Well, all right, he's got a decent point. You told him to clean his hand. He didn't clean his hand well enough, and you let him stay in the game. The rule says it's up to the umpire's discretion, and Rocco says it should be black and white, and he didn't comply. He's out. And you can't really fault him for that logic. Like, he has a pretty salient point. The rest of the game, I found the footage, and you can see that the rosin bag is moving around, meaning Domingo is using the one on the mound much more after the incident than he was before the incident. Pitched a great game, got on his way, and everyone had fun. Like, later on, they did another hand check later on in the game. Everyone was happy about it. They held hands. Another chapter in the love story. Perfect. Thank you. Hearts in his eyes as he walked away. I umped the hell out of this situation. I sure did. This video is brought to you by DraftKings. Thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring the breakdown. Again, Aaron Boone is a guest on our podcast, Talking Yanks, every Tuesday, and this will be another thing we will be asking him about on that episode. So tune into that if you want. Thanks to DraftKings. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed these videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye.